Yes, good morning, class, and a welcome to class presentation. Today, we are going to, the subject of discussion is children process 1, and the topic for discussion today is engineering material structure and properties. My name is Demba Godfrey. Now, by the end of the day, the learner is supposed to identify types of engineering material, to state properties of engineering material. Now, let us look at the first objective of the lesson, types of engineering material. Broadly, engineering material can be classified as 1. Metal and alloys. 2. We have polymers. 3. We have composites. And lastly, material can be categorized as ceramics. Under polymers, we have thermoplastic polymers. 2. We have thermostatic polymers. 3. And elastomers. Now let's look at this type of engineering materials into details. First of all, let's look at the metal. What is a metal, if I may ask? A metal is a solid material which is typically hard, shiny, malleable, fusible, and ductile with good electrical and thermal conductivity. That is the best definition of a metal. Example of a metal is this. 1. You have iron. 2. Gold is a metal. 3. Silver and aluminum, etc. So many types of aluminum. And also we have alloys such as steels. At the end of here, at the extreme right end, bottom of the slide, we have one type of metal, that is the steel. Now, one may ask you, what is an alloy? An alloy is a material composed of two or more metals, or a metal and a non-metal. For example, of an alloy is a bronze. You have a brass, you have metal sludge. Steel is an alloy of carbon and steel. Carbon and iron, and aluminum is an alloy, copper is an alloy, and cast iron. Those are examples of alloys. Now, metals. Let's look at now what a metal is. What category of metal? Metal can be further categorized as ferrous and non-ferrous metal. If I may ask you, what is a ferrous metal? Ferrous metal is a metal that contains iron as its main constituent. Non-ferrous metal don't contain other metals other than iron. For example, in ferrous metal, you have steels and carbon ions. Steel can be further categorized as plain carbon steels. We have alloy steels, whereas cast iron can be classified as white cast iron, malleable cast iron, gray cast iron, chilled cast iron. Non-ferrous metal can be categorized as, I'm giving an example of non-ferrous metal are copper alloys, nickel alloys, and aluminum alloys. Now, let me give you a small note on this. First is an iron contain iron as the main constituent, and ferrous contain other than iron as its main constituent. Steel contain less than 12% of iron. Cast iron contain carbon more than 12%. Copper alloy contains copper as the main constituent. Aluminum alloy has aluminum as the main constituent. Nickel has nickel as its main constituent. Let's look at the thermopolymers. A thermoplastic or thermosoftening plastic is a plastic material polymer that becomes permeable or moldable above a specific temperature and solidifies upon cooling. Thermoplastics may be reshaped by heating, temperature, and solidifying upon cooling. Thermostatic polymers have their chains across linked by covalent bonds. What's a bond? What's a covalent bond? That's a question I posed in the class. I'll need the answer in the next class. The starting materials are placed into a mold to form a desired shape. The polymer is then heated or initiated with a UV light, and a chemical reaction occurs to form a cross link between the chains. The resulting three-dimensional solid structure cannot then be changed. Further heating will not cause the polymer to soften or may change the shape until thermosetting polymers is cooled. Now, what is a composite? Is one of type of calcification materials. Composite materials are called composite material, or shortened as composites, are material made from two or more constituent material with significantly different physical and chemical properties that may be combined to produce a material which characteristics differ from individual component. Now, categories of composite. We have laminar, two, particle reinforced composite, and finally we have fiber reinforced composite. Now, let's look at another type of category of material, that is ceramic. Ceramic can be further be classified into three main areas. We have metal oxides, nitrate ceramic, and carbide ceramic. Metallic oxides can be further be categorized as alumina, beryllia, zirconia, glass, and glass ceramic. Glass ceramic defines as any inorganic in bracket inorganic substance do not contain carbon or its component, non-metallic material. Good. Thank you for the lesson, and at the end of the lesson, I have to give you an assignment. One, my assignment is this, and I expect it to be done by the next class, which is due to be on 7. The due date is 18th of November 2021, and my assignment is this. Let me just highlight it to differentiate from the others. My assignment is this. Let me emphasize on the date. Let me give you a different color. My assignment is this. Identify metals that are found at the workshop and list down the list down mechanical and physical properties. You just go to the workshop, identify any metal you see, you come across in terms of physical and mechanical properties and set its properties. And I think that is the lesson, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you very much.